Hello, this is Michael Conneely reporting to you from the Rune group that's currently being held at the Ilkley Happiness Centre, and the group will rerun at Crystal Space Silsden from September. And the group's been working on the 14th rune, Peorth, the throw of the dice, the gambler's cup. And okay, think about it. What sort of qualities does the gambler's cup immediately bring? Well, the rune poem talks about athelings gambling in the hall with play and laughter. Well, athelings basically are noble or inspired people. And so the key is you need a certain courage and standing and inspiration. And it's best to have daring qualities of play, make life fun. But of course it's not easy necessarily to adopt that heroic attitude through life. So think about the gambler's cup. The gambler's cup throws the dice. And while the dice is in the air, our chances are completely open. We could go anywhere. Anything could happen. But then the dice lands and a certain number faces up. We're on a new path. Our destiny is set again for a while. The cup was also seen by the ancient rune masters as like a womb giving birth. Because when you throw the dice of your life future, in a sense, something is going to be born. You can't avoid it. There's a feeling that life has a thrownness about it. You can't duck that. We are thrown into life. There's a sense of cosmic becoming. If we don't try our luck, we won't really become our potential. We could lead fearful, imprisoned, restricted lives, perhaps stropping at others, blaming at others, to sort of guard our own castle, instead of living life fully, being kind to ourselves, being brave and being kind to others. We could radiate restriction. So it's really important to have that sense of Peorth, the gambler's cup. I'm also reminded of a planet in Vedic astrology, Ketu, the south node of the moon. The nodes of the moon, Rahu and Ketu, north and south nodes, define our destiny in Vedic astrology. And the energy of Ketu is where things dissolve, but dissolve for a spiritual purpose, because they need to dissolve to drive us onwards to become who we incarnated to be, who we were born to be. As I said, it's necessary to try our luck. And there was a ninefold concept of the self in the rune mind. And one of the parts of the self was our haminja, or our luck. And this could be very good luck, or it could be cursed luck, or something in between. And so when we throw the dice, our luck, our built-in luck, comes into force. And it's not accident, in a way, what sort of luck we have, because they believed it was inherited, genetically from our ancestors, and cosmically from our previous lives. So it was the result of the past. But it wasn't fixed. We had a chance to build on our luck, to create better luck, to live courageously, like an atheling, the athelings described in the Old English rune poem, playing with the the dice cup. Interestingly, another part of the Norse concept of self was our fulgur, or power animal. And again, the nature of our power animal was due to our inheritance, due to our previous lives. And very interestingly, our fulgur, or power animal, was always of the opposite gender to ourselves. And of course, this reminds me very much of Philip Pullman, his Dark Materials, where the young hero and the young heroine, Lyra, like all others in her dimension, has a power animal that they call a demon, using the Greek word for the same thing. And I'm sure Philip Pullman could well have been inspired by the Norse concept of the fulgur, which is another part of the self in addition to Haminja, our luck. But it's not just us, although we are heroes walking the landscape of life. Basically, destiny is at play, unfoldment is at play, and the Norse had a great sense of weird, W-Y-R-D. They saw three ancient women, the Norns, weaving the destiny of everything, where our destiny, our life, is a thread within the web. And, one of the Norns starts weaving it, and the third Norn wields the shears and cuts it when it's time for us to die. So we need, in a sense, to be alive to the fact that our life has massive implications. And using a Hindu concept, the laws of karma still operate even when we throw the dice cup of Peorth. Because we always, in everything we do and everything we think, create consequences. And consequences and effects happen. We can't escape them. They affect other people. And of course, they therefore affect our future. And the Norse would say, our descendants. But fate wasn't seen as arbitrary because Weird operated within the Orlog. The Orlog is cosmic law, and cosmic law, they believed, was held in being because every day the three wise women, the Norns, chant the Orlog, and they'll go on chanting the Orlog every day, holding cosmic law in place until the last day, Ragnarok, when the forces of chaos will overcome the gods, and this Middle-earth will die, although of course maybe be reborn in ash and ember. And it reminds me, just lastly, there's a line, the eyes of fate are always watching you, from Enigma it is. And so, Peorth is such a invaluable energy. Our lives could be stuck. They could be wrong. We could have allowed them to become stuck or wrong. We could even say it's the only way. It's got to be this way because that's where I see financial advantage. It's got to be this way because anything else is frightening to me. We mustn't end up in those stuck situations. It's an abuse of life and often an abuse of others because we try and lay our trip on others and therefore manipulate them or abuse them. We need to be able to throw the cup of our particular life destiny so that we land in a better situation and that we face whatever comes openly in a state of sort of surrender and courage and nobility. So I hope these ideas have been of use to you in understanding the energy of the powerful rune Peorth. Peorth will change your life.